people whose wife left them, and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, recently the divorcee Sam Seder was flapping his gums while sitting on his fat ass about selling rural America some snake oil. Excuse me, socialism. I have I'll leave the links where this entire transcript is posted. It's like 25 pages or so, pretty detailed. It beats listening to Sam Seder flap his gums while sitting on his fat ass, and Irma Vegetable, whatever her name is, whispering talking points, feeding him talking points while he's doing it. But I'll hit some of the high points. States like New Jersey, Massachusetts, California, New York, and Illinois, if socialism was so attractive, people would be moving to those states. They're not anymore. In fact, there's a massive exodus. The states who have seen massive influxes of people from other states, and I've got the data on the composition of their state legislatures, it appears right now the people moving there are not Democrats, or they were Democrats that are now voting Republican. North Carolina, South Carolina, Idaho, Florida, Texas, Tennessee. So, yeah, if the socialism is so popular, I don't think that would be happening. California, New York, and Illinois, as you know, have a high proportion of people at a working age that are not working. You know, when you compare that to GOP trifectas, that's not the case. So, again, the only people... the people flocking, if you're going, the people staying in New York, Illinois, and California after all the wealthy people move out are going to be nothing but freeloaders. Another point I could make, the Biden administration is so close to BlackRock investment that there's a marriage license somewhere. Sam Seder wants to sell you some snake oil. Excuse me, socialism. All it'll do is cost you your car, your property, your home, your health care plan. If you like your doctor and your health care plan, you can't keep it. And your retirement nest egg, because this inflation is done on purpose. It's there to destroy your nest egg. BlackRock's in bed with the Biden administration, as I mentioned, and that's another assault on private property. The COVID-19 eviction moratorium was a purposeful assault on private property rights. A lot of upper middle class and middle class people lost their rental properties. This inflation is done on purpose, and the Democrats are going to use these government health care programs to inflate end-of-life care, especially in concert with your general inflation and the massive inflation now. What they're going to do is they're going to make these costs so exorbitant that you're going to lose your home. You're going to lose everything you have. You will leave nothing to your kids. Now, that won't hurt Jeff Bezos and scumbags like Bill Gates. And notice I didn't call Jeff Bezos a scumbag, but I am calling Bill Gates a scumbag. It's not going to hurt them, but the upper middle class and middle class will be erased. Sam Seder, I'll wrap this up right now. Otherwise, I'll just keep going and going and going. There's a lot of info there. But basically, if Sam Seder lived in Germany in 1933, he'd have probably been penning bipolar tirades in government ordained and government controlled newspapers about those evil private property owners. So, because the urbanites, there's a lot of these urbanites, and I'd say Sam Seder supporters probably have a lower labor force participation rate. The men, I use men loosely, the men 25 to 54 that listen to Stan on a regular basis probably don't have any property, probably don't have much of a nest egg, but people in rural areas are more likely to own their home. A lot of Stan's listeners probably don't even have a car. They use taxpayer-funded urban mass transit, which does receive influxes of revenue from the federal gas fund. So I get to fund it. I fill up my car and I get to fund people who don't have a car and a home, so they can use urban mass transit because they don't have much to lose. There's a lot more to shoving people in apartments in these cities. As you know, when the you-know-what hits the fan, when that day comes, I'm not going to get too specific on it because I'll probably get the video pulled down. You're making some kind of threat or something. When the you-know-what hits the fan, if you're all corralled in small apartments, it's going to be easier to control you. So basically, I'll close with this again. Sam Seder, the divorcee, who sits on his fat ass and does nothing. He's useless to society. Useless to his ex-wife, definitely. He wants to sell you some snake oil that will cost you your home, your property, your car, your retirement nest egg, and your healthcare plan, whether you like it or not, whether you want to keep it or not. So, wow, you're going to sell me that? Wow. It's only going to cost me all that. Boy, there better be some good benefits to it. So, anyways, that has been totally and completely demolished, folded, spindled, mutilated, and that talking point's been ran through a wood chipper. It's idiocy. So, see the links in the video description. Have a nice day.